Yeah.
Uh-huh. Did I stutter? Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays
Waking them up.
We make plays every day,
Yeah.
We make
Yeah.
plays every day,
Yeah.
We make plays every day, yeah.
Okay.
We make plays every day, yeah.
Okay.
We make plays every day,
Yeah.
We make plays every day,
Hey, welcome to Playmaker as fuck. And right out the gate, I'm just gonna sound off some of these Jamaican horns. Let's go get one more. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a little study on them too. And I want to introduce a young up and coming San Jose artist. He's someone you guys need to take note and notice. He's on the rise. He's on the rise. You know what I'm saying? And if I mean to stutter, as pun intended, I want to introduce the man, Studda with the melody. The man, stutter too much. The man who's an open book. The man. Did I say stutter too much? It don't matter because we're going to say that shit twice, Jamaicans. I want to introduce Studda with the yellity. The man, the one and only Studda.
What's up, bro? What's good?
Welcome to the show, my brother.
Yeah, man. I'm just breaking down some tree right now, man. About to roll up. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm about to do the same because I had this little half joint. I had smoked it up during the fucking intro. So, you know what I'm saying? While we're rolling up, you know what I mean? We're going to handle some housekeeping. Follow us at the GMM Network. Follow me at Bogard Scott Free World. And follow our special guest, the open book, Studda with the yellows. Where they going to follow you at?
You can follow me on all platforms, STUDDA with the underscore too much. TOO much. That's your boy Too Much.
Once again, that's all social platforms. And that's Studda too much. STUDDA underscore TOO much. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. While we're rolling up, for the playmakers that don't know who you are, we're just gonna take it. We're gonna build a timeline, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to take it from when you first fell in love with the art. You know what I mean? Like maybe not the art just yet, but what led you to the art of making music? What led you to becoming Studda too much? Can you remember a time when you were a child, maybe, or a teenager, where you were I'm finna do this? Was there an artist that influenced you? What, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take me to where where it all began.
I remember when I was a little kid, I was just a young, young nigga and shit. I'm originally from San Jose, but then I had to move to a place called Tracy and stuff. So I moved to Tracy.
Shout out to Tracy.
Yeah, shout out Tracy. There was not that much people out there that knew hip hop. You know what I mean? As I could tell. So I rapped, a couple of verses that I stole from 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
At the talent show, and I told everybody I was gonna be a rapper. You know what I mean? At the age of 10, I told everybody this is what I wanted to do, and ever since then, I fell in love with that shit. Like I always wanted to just write music, but then I stopped, and then when I was 16. I got into the studio with my dude, Heavy, Deshaun. I remember
shout out to Heavy.
Shout out to Heavy, Deshaun, you know what I'm saying? He came through, and we made a hit, and it's called Cruising. I forgot about the song, but yeah, that's what I remember.
Deshaun, where he from? I feel like I know this dude.
He from Oakland, but then he...
But did he live in Redwood City?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
He young.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I knew this engineer, producer extraordinaire named Deshaun. Okay, okay. All right, so how old were you at this time? Like, so you said you were because you said 16. So and were you already recording by this time?
Nah, I wasn't recording at this time, so I never recorded.
And you were living in the valley.
I was living in the valley. And
hey, the valley living is kind of crazy, dude. It be going down in the valley. Like it's funny because yeah, it's funny because I always looked at the valley and like certain parts of the valley, like Stockton. Shout out to Stockton, Tracy, Modesto. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I feel like it's suspended in time. You know what I mean? Like you go out there, you still see motherfuckers rocking Dickies and shit. Like you still got gangster motherfuckers out there in the streets. Like not to say that there ain't gangsters everywhere, but I'm just saying
but Tracy's like a melting pot. It's a melting pot of the Bay, Sacramento.
Oh yeah,
and everything. It's everything in Tracy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
might run across a nigga. You know what I mean? Like a gangster out there, and you might run into a nerd. You know what I'm saying? You might run into a nigga that's from Oakland. You might run into a nigga that's from San Jose. You might run into a nigga from Frisco. It's everywhere. You might run into a nigga from Stockton. It's Tracy's just crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Everything.
Quick side note, right? Playmakers, check this out. When I was a wee tyke, you know what I'm saying? Some of my earliest memories are from Tracy because I lived there for 2 years. I was born in San Jose, and then by the time I was like 5 years, I lived there from 5 to 7 years old out there in Tracy. And I don't know, I remember it was nothing out there, bro. It was like, and then we had I had these neighborhood homies, right? And like I
wasn't even born that time,
bro. We would ride bikes and shit, like fucking. This motherfucker was empty. Like it was all construction sites everywhere. So new development. So like we would just be like, we were them kids that was all in the construction sites. We were playing like ninjas and shit. We go get crowbars and pretend they swords and shit. We was some badass kids breaking windows and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just remember Tracy, and I remember like my folks still worked out here in Silicon Valley. So it was like, and I would stay with my grandma out here in Milpitas or whatever the fuck it was, and like bruh. I remember just that drive, going home to Tracy every day, and like, you would pass the Heinz ketchup factory, and you would smell that motherfucker and be like, "Oh shit, we're almost home." You feel me? But
Tracy.
So by the time you was in Tracy, it was full on what it is now. You know?
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was still the same way, but then it got built, and then I moved out of Tracy. Now Tracy's like, I don't know how Tracy is now, but it looks a lot more built than how it is now.
So you moved up out of there like a decade ago?
Nah. I moved up out of Tracy maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, shit. So, okay. Then that puts a different perspective on it. Because, like, mind you, like, I ain't been to Tracy in a minute. I'm telling you, I've been to, shout out to my homeboy Nancy. He up out there at, in Stockton, Modesto area. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been through there, but, like, yeah, it's been, or like, remember X Fest back in the days? Like, X Fest used to be yanking. You remember X Fest?
Yeah, Modesto, right?
Yeah. Okay, so check this out. All right, so you moved back. And how old was you when you moved back? You was probably what, like 21, 20?
Nah, so I moved to Manteca. I had my own place out there. I was just trapping out there, doing my thing out there.
Yeah, Manteca's a little bit closer to
then after that, like, some shit happened to me. Then I had to. So basically, what happened? I had to move back to San. I moved back to San Jose, like 2-3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Because that's when I met you. Because I've been for Playmakers.
No, I met you a long time ago.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, you ain't lying.
Because I used to come to San Jose every month.
Every function, okay.
Yeah, every year for 2 weeks. I came to San Jose like every year for 2 weeks, and I stayed with Mora. And I remember the wives, you know what I'm saying? The mansion.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because it's funny.
Easy money.
You remember that? Yeah. I used to host those parties. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like me and my, they would hire my DJ, if not this other dude too, and like I just jump on the mic and like, well, you know what's funny is check out episode 3, y'all. The Playmakers with Prophet the Capo. We touched on the Y Mansion because he was very integral. He was a very intricate piece in that puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And throwing the fatty parties, like, bro, he was like one of the illest promoters if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like fatty parties. Like, okay, so wait. So we're skipping ahead a little bit. Let's go back. So when you come back to San Jose, so you're in Manteca, some shit happens. Were you already recording music yet, or like you're just living some life?
Shoot. So I came back to San Jose. That's what I do, and I was recording music. So basically, what happened? I built my own studio in Manteca in my house, and I was recording out there. So because nobody wanted to record me, and people were charging too much, I didn't have enough money, so I just bought all the equipment, started recording. Came back to San Jose, and I was on my shit. I wasn't really on the music right now.
You mean they were trying to hit you with the Studda step, so you had to go ahead and build your own shit? You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me, Playmakers? I didn't mean to cut you off. I just, that's something about this series. Whenever you say something pivotal, I'm gonna highlight that motherfucker. And in this case, Playmakers, see, he had to go out and ain't nobody wanted to give it to him. Ain't nobody he didn't want to spend that type of money. And if he was gonna invest in the music, he invested in himself and built his own fucking studio. You feel me? Okay, go on.
Shit. So I remember people used to tell me like, oh yeah, like every time I try to hop in the studio, like I'll try to preach about like God and stuff, try to get right.
And they weren't trying to hear that shit.
They ain't trying to hear that. They like, man, we trying to talk about some gangster shit. So like I'll just be in the studio for hours, whatever we recording, I'll just be hearing everybody record something, and then I was like, man, let me just build my own studio, build my own shit, so I can talk about whatever I want to talk about in my songs. Then after that, came back Sounds A. Wasn't really in the studio because I didn't have no space to put it in. Moved back in with my dad, you know what I'm saying? Got into a car accident, boom. Changed my life, changed my whole mentality because I was trying to open up my own business as a courier service out here. So I was going to be an independent contractor as a courier for certain businesses. That's what I want to do. I was trying to get a van and start running shit and then start trying to buy more vans because it's about building your credit out here, you know what I'm saying? So
that's another key right there. It's about building your credit. You feel me?
It's about building your credit because you can do a lot of shit. Build your credit. I can have 3 vans on credit and I can have people running my fucking business without me doing shit. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
It's shit like that. Just while you're on the Playmaker show, that's Playmaker shit as fuck.
Yeah. So, but then I got into a big ass car accident. So
in one of the vans? Were you in your van or this was in your whip still?
I was in my whip. I was on crutches. I was on crutches for like 2 months. Hella bitches started catting on me, flagging. So I was going through hard times, spending hella money, just trying to do shit.
Yeah, I lost all my money, so I didn't. Not only physically too, that takes a wear on the mental as well. You know what I mean? Like you're like, fuck, man. Like you feel. You know what's crazy is like when something is that you've been doing all your life, like walking, gets taken away. You know, puts like a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you start seeing people for who they are. You know what I mean? Like the motherfuckers that ain't there for you when you're at your low. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then I was like, man, fuck this shit. So then my studio, I stopped like trying to like actually go into the studio at a time. So I was kind of low at one point. And then I tried to do the same shit again. I tried to open up an independent contractor again. Got into another car accident. So
damn.
I built up my shit. Yeah, I built up everything. Like I built it up trying to open up this independent contractor shit again.
Can I ask you a question?
Another car accident.
Can I ask you a question? You think that's God?
Obviously to this music stuff.
Obviously, the cliche saying is God works in mysterious ways, but this is real. Like, you think that's God telling you, like, maybe that's not for you. Like, maybe you needed to pursue the music, or maybe you needed to do something else.
I think so. I think sometimes he's telling me to do something else, because that's probably what it is.
Right? It's crazy because, man, like, okay, so was the second one as bad as the first one, or was it worse?
Nah.
No? Okay. But it was still, it was just.
But it still fucked me up.
Yeah, and then now you real eyebrow raising. You're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like this is
real. Shit's real.
Yeah, and you a big dude too. You a big dude. What are you like 6'3"?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So your back is like, man, you need it.
Yeah, I need it.
I mean, that's an understatement. We all need our back, but like, yeah, okay. So now you're a little bit down and out, like you said, right? Because the second one happens. And then, so did you use the music as like, you know, like as your venting? Like, did you use it as like the therapy, like to get through the thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, shit. So basically, it was basically like just me talking to my family instead of hitting my family. You know what I'm saying? Wise up. You know what I'm saying? Being around. You know what I'm saying? Mora, kid.
Shout out Mora.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got Mora coming on next. Pause. I got him. He gonna stop by the pod too.
Kid and Moore was like, man, you don't even have to record yourself no more. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just come to the studio? I'll record you. You feel me? So Kid and Moore really helped me out.
So you're like, you know what I like too is because check this out, Playmakers. This is important. Like he felt like nobody was trying to fuck with him, and maybe that might have been the case or not, but that drove you to create and build your own shit. And then once you got moving, and that's when that's the type of player in the game I respect. Is someone who'd rather earn the respect and instead of like, yo, what up, with a handout. In this case, that's what you did. That's what. So then they extended the hand to help after, like, yo, bruh's doing his thing. Hey, yo, we want to fuck with it too. You know what I mean? Like, and I respect that. That's Playmaker shit right there.
Hell yeah. And think about it, it's crazy because if I would have never created my own studio, I would never be able to know how to record. So now I know how to record so quick. I'm done. You know what I mean? Like,
do you know the little backstory of me and Don P? Like, cause cause Don P, like when he first started making beats, you know what I'm saying? I had several producers around me, and like they all use different things like Free Loops or like Reason or Expand, and like, you know what I mean? He would come through, sit on sessions, and he would make his own beats, and he would ask little tidbits. You know what I mean? He became a student of the game, and then he quickly became a master, and I love it because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always have this saying. It's called it goes the genius asks questions. You know what I mean? The dumbass sits around, doesn't say shit. The genius asks questions because the genius became a genius by learning the shit. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, never be afraid to ask questions. And also, you know what I'm saying? If ain't nobody trying to teach you, sometimes you just gotta go out and learn it yourself. And in this day and age too, I'm pretty sure YouTube will be able to show you a tutorial on whatever you want to do. So how did you, was it the YouTube tutorial still like already around when you started like teaching yourself, or did you just learn from scratch?
Yeah, I was watching YouTube videos how to record and shit.
Man, shout out to YouTube.
Shout out to YouTube. Yeah,
YouTube, give me money.
YouTube has done a lot of
YouTube,
wonders.
give me money.
Teaches you everything. Everything you need to know. I ain't gonna lie. Your boy just bought a course on fucking JavaScript, but that shit hard as shit. I ain't gonna lie. That shit hard as shit. I just bought a course that it teaches you the whole thing, man. Teaching you everything, how to learn that motherfucker. That shit hard as shit.
Cars are intricate machines. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
can't even lie and say I like cars. I like nice cars. I'm not a car guy by any means. I'm not. You don't see me under the hood. You won't see me.
Nah, JavaScript for the computer. JavaScript.
Oh, I thought you said car script. My bad. I'll bring that back. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta teach yourself in this day and age. You feel me? Like, coding is one of them things too. Like, I almost want my children to get into coding. You know what I mean? I got my daughters in gymnastics. I got, whatever my son wants to do. You know what I'm saying? I'll support it. But like, coding is the shit. Like, that's the future.
Coding, yeah.
Not even the future. That's now and forever.
It's right now.
Yeah, and forever.
I don't know if it's gonna be for you know what I'm saying, forever, because that's what engineering. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna speak on that. Let's continue about what we're gonna do.
Okay, yes. Okay. My bad. We were a little bit veering off though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my bad. I kind of take it there sometimes. You know what I mean? I'll be burning up. Yeah. Okay. So now you're working with Moore and Kid and them, and so this is when you would frequently see me in and out the studio too, for sure. Because I'm a hermit crab in the lab. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay.
Yeah, but and I remember my first encounter. I'll tell you my first encounter with you. Like, you would always be there, like, with a little bit of time to kill because you work like 2 jobs and shit. So you'd be like getting off one, and then posting up, and then shoot to the next job. And then like one time you was like, yeah, they don't need me in, so you chilled. And then like I was writing this hook, and you were like, yo, let me get on that hook. And then like it's a song that we never got back to, but like, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker's smooth with the hooks. So I remember I followed you on the IG, and then because I fuck with everybody over there musically, you know what I'm saying. But I ain't collab with you until that night, and then I start checking your joints out, and you had like different styles. So I want to point this out. Playmaker's like, he got this one. What's that one? She said she wanted me to come through. How'd that one go? That one was the one.
Still with the same guy.
Yeah, still with the same guy. Yeah, still falling for the same lies. Oh, that's the one. Hey, Playmakers, that's my one. Look that up. What's that song called again?
Lies by Studda.
Studda Too Much. That's my joint right there. But see, so you got that one where you got the smooth with the auto tune, and then you got the yelling. So you got Studda with that's Studda with the melody, right? Then you got Studda with the yellity on joints like Juice. And Juice is so fucking lit. That shit is so hype.
Yeah, it's hype. It's a hype song. It's a hype. Yeah, I gave it a little hype. My nigga Strizzy hit me up. He was like, bruh, we need to make something hype, bruh. He said, get mad. You feel me? I ain't never got mad in the studio like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like make some other music. You know what I'm saying? Try to uplift people. But he told me to get mad, so you feel me? I got mad in the studio, and you know what I'm saying? I had to rip
like
something.
that. Hey, are you the type like are you like a method actor, like a method recorder? Like if you had to get mad, did you think about shit that pisses you off, or like are you just able to turn it on?
I can just turn it on.
I like
can
that.
Just turn it on, get mad, or I can just get mad. But then
he said, you hear that, Playmakers? He was able to block out any distractions and get in whatever mode. You know what I mean? He got all the hats. See, so is this when Studda with the Yellity was born?
Studda with the Yellities. Nah, yeah. Studda with the Yellities was born right there. Yeah, Studda with the Yellities was After that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They call me Studda with the Yellities.
Well, check this out. Real quick. I wanna give him an example. Hey, if you could right now, send me a link to the lies real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and slap. I'm gonna go ahead and slap this this new shit that dropped.
Which phone you want me to send it to?
Send it to my the phone that's in the thread. Not this one. Don't send it to this joint. Send it to
so your real one.
Yeah, my real one, exactly. And I'm gonna go ahead and play them a little bit of this juice that just dropped, and the video's available on YouTube, right?
Nah, that's movies available.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna play this juice right here because this one go crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Woo! Racing. I like that. It's a marathon, but we still racing. Boom.
That's why she wanna taste it. Don't depend on me, baby, because I'm not famous. Never trust anyone who do anything for the Franklin.
Ooh, see, that's that Studda with the Yellities right there, boy. Okay. Did you send me the other joint? Because I want to be able to give them the Playmakers a proper description of your different styles. You know what I mean? Because,
okay. So, I'm gonna give them lies now. I'm gonna give them lies.
Yeah. Okay, so now while you're sending
different
me,
way.
Oh,
different way.
Send me different way. That one's good too. Way. That one smack too. Yeah, cause and then walk me through some of the projects. Like I said, I love the studio. Okay, there we go. I love the studio. So before I play this different ways, right? Walk me through the studio session. What was that like? Like what was going through your mind when you came up with the concept, or did it just hit you? Was it something that you're going through that day? Was it a realization?
So basically, so I got into a car accident. I didn't have no car. And I remember I was working a job, and then right after the job, I'll hit the fucking VTA, the San Jose VTA, and I'll go to the studio, and I'll be in that bitch until I have to go into work the next day, thinking about, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh, shit, so they took your L's away, too? They took your L's away, too?
Nah.
You weren't whipping it? Yeah.
I wasn't whipping it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing stop him. Without having a whip, he still made his way. You feel me, Playmakers? Don't let nothing stop you. You know, you should even think if bad shit's happening and it seems like things are getting in the way, it might mean that you got to push harder. This might be testing. The universe might be testing you. God, might be testing you. Something greater, you know what I'm saying, might be testing you. You feel me? Well, yeah, okay. So back to the lab session. Yeah, so you're doing different ways, right? And was Studda with the melodies already born, or was this the one that popped it off?
Shit, I think this is the one. Nah. So basically, Studda with the melodies was born like, you know what I'm saying, like probably like a year ago.
Okay, so that was that time when we were in the lab.
Trying to get melodies and shit, trying to learn these melodies, and I just started learning these melodies, and then once I learned how to do it, I was like, oh shit, this is how you do it?
Right?
And it just comes naturally now. Like it's just I don't even try no more.
Yeah, boo anybody who think this shit ain't natural. My talent is natural. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you this much. Everybody that got talent, you might have potential, but then you gotta go out and hone that shit. You gotta work on that talent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I want to boo everybody that thinks talent is all you need. You know what I'm saying? You need all the ingredients. Drive. You need motivation. You need inspiration. You know what I'm saying? In whatever order. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But like, Studda with the melodies comes natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Studda with the melodies. But then when you try to venture out, it's a little bit harder. You know what I mean?
But that's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah.
You started, so now you're honing your craft. You got the natural ability and the natural talent to hit the melodies. But then when you're stepping out of your realm, and then you hit joints like the Juice, right? Okay, so now check us out, Playmakers. We're gonna hit you off with a sample of Studda with the melodies. You know what I'm talking about? Studda too much. Slap that joint right there, man. Who's this one? Produced by who? There's more?
Nah, DJ Straps.
Okay, DJ Trax. Shout out to DJ Trax.
No, Straps.
Straps. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen this one on the gram. This one smack. Before my time comes, I gotta wash my sins away. Different way. This shit rock. You feel me, Playmakers? Let's Studda with the melodies. Like synonyms. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? And that shit smacking so hard the speaker cut out. You feel me? Hey, I think that might be my new one. I got to put that on the new one. I'll put it on the playlist. Hold on, I got to put it on that's my new one right there. That's the different way. And that shit rock.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That's the first time I heard that shit. You know, like I said, when it was playing, I was like, oh, okay, I remember this one. I heard it on the gram. But, you know, it didn't serve it justice when I'm slapping it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that note, too, you know what I'm saying? Now you're putting out music, right?
Yeah.
And so when do we get to the point that you start doing them shows and shooting the videos? Because this is all within this last year, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Last year, around the summer, I shot my first video. And I've done 4 videos since then, so I'm trying to do more than that. I should be doing more next year. I should have at least 10 videos, 12 videos out by the end of this year. So we trying to really work out here. We're really about to do this shit. So it's gonna be gold time. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time because I still got a life. You know what I mean? When niggas work, niggas go to school. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm a playmaker. You feel me? I gotta toss the dick. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know what I'm saying? Try to invest in crypto.
I remember
mindset's different.
In the beginning of one of your videos, I forget which joint it is, but he was like, yeah, motherfucker that lost his job. You know what I'm saying? Fucking school. I gotta get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I was like, and you know what was dope is because I remember being at one of the playoff games. We were watching over there at IFS. And I was just, we were all chopping it up, and you were telling me about all this shit. So when I seen you, it wasn't necessarily you acting a role at all in the video. You was really like, yo, this is what's going on. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm telling you, like, it's get a bag, live, or die. You know what I'm saying? And like, check this out. You were talking about school and job and all this regular shit and making plays. Like, now with all that said, how crazy it is right now that like. The whole world is changing right now. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you dealing with this corona shit? You feel me? Like, cause I know you a young boy, so you still out there and about. But I know and check us out, Playmakers. He is part of that grand family I was telling you about. I don't want to say the last name on air because, you know what I'm saying, that'll remain private. But this family right here, I've known this family and members from this family, and it's crazy because I've been tied in on different branches. Like for example, I know Ike.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I knew Ike when I was like in junior high, bruh. Like it was.
Told me.
And bruh, he was so funny, dog. And he would just laugh at my shit. Like we would be. I remember I had him in gym for like 2 years, bruh. And then it was like me. It was me, Ike, and then this Vietnamese dude named Larry. Shout out to Larry. Rest in peace. But Larry, this motherfucker was a big buff ass motherfucker. Even in junior high, he was like yoked, bro. And like he was hella quiet. And like we would just talk hella shit. And then the teacher would be like, "Who said that?" And we'd be like, "Larry." Because like, the teacher even was scared of Larry. And then Larry would just laugh and shit. Right? And like, it's funny because Ike, he would just be dying like, and then he picked it up. He'd be like, "Larry did it." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Ike got them big ass lips, dog. And like, I ain't seen Ike, right? And like, bruh, I ain't seen him in like 20 years, bruh. No. Maybe like 17 years. And then he slides through with If and Kid to my crib for one of the Niner playoff games, and he's sitting there the whole time, right? And when you a young kid, you know everybody by last name. You know what I mean? So then like I go, and when he introduced himself, he's like, "What's up, Ike?" And I go, "What up?" I'm like, "Bogard." And I didn't tell him my name, so because he didn't remember. I wasn't Bogard back then. You know what I mean? And then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I know this motherfucker, right? Because it didn't matter because I know Iffy ain't gonna never bring no faulties to the crib. Plus, that's the cuzzo, right? So like, I'm just like side eyeing him like shit, and I'm like, and then I finally go, I realize the last name. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh shit, we went to school. He's like, I knew that was you. And it was funny because we were watching like damn near a whole, a playoff game, a football game in general, like 2 hours, 2.5. It wasn't, they came through like an hour earlier, so it wasn't even until like the end of the game, and I just realized like, oh shit, what's up? You know what I mean? I didn't even get to chop it up with him really because then they took off. You feel me? But it's just funny because, Iffy, he has this run on joke. He'd be like, "Man, you know everybody," because I know everybody. You feel me? Like, because what I'm saying, I'm from the underworld, so everybody knows me. You know what I mean? Like, but so like even when I met you. I just remember you being like the young kid, but then all of a sudden you was hella, like everybody got hella tall. You know what I mean? And I stayed the same. I stayed the same 5'7". You know what I mean? And everybody got hella tall. So I remember I was like, this was like probably like a year ago, bruh. Like, what I'm saying? When you jumped on that track with me, and we never got to finish that joint, but you know what I'm saying? So man, my hat's off to you, dog. I got mad respect because your grind right now and the quality of the sound of your tracks, you wouldn't think that you just barely started recording like a year ago. Because everybody could be rapping for hella long. Recording's a different art. I tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? Recording artists, some of them are, they'll kill it in the studio versus like a battle rapper or some shit. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
But artists, just in general, like if you're an artist, you got it all, and you're definitely an artist. You're definitely a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tell the playmakers, what you up to right now, currently. Some music that you got, where they can find the music. You know what I mean?
So I just dropped a new song called "Move." You can search it right now. It's by Studda.
You want to
and featuring Stretch.
You want to give them a sample of that one too? Go ahead and send me that one. If not, we could force them to go and find that one. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind slapping a little snippet too. You feel me?
Okay.
For all the playmakers.
So basically, what happened was that I came through to the studio, and then my nigga Straps, you know what I'm saying? She was making a beat, and then I told him,
"Yep, shout out to DJ Straps."
He said,
"Oh, this is the anthem one. This is the anthem joint."
Yeah.
This is the Yellow. This Yellow is on this one.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to make a song for San Jose. I'm about to make a song, you know what I'm saying? An anthem for San Jose.
Where's Straps from? Where's he from?
He's from Baltimore.
Oh, okay, damn, that's hard. That's dope.
That's dope. Yeah, so he gave me a beat.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Shout out to my homie G. He's from Baltimore. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Shout out to DC. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Maryland. Merlin.
Okay.
Merlin is what they would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but go on.
Hell yeah.
You feel me?
Merlin.
They say Merlin.
Merlin, yeah.
Yeah,
Merlin.
they say it like it's one syllable. Merlin.
Yeah.
You feel me? I fuck with Baltimore. I fuck with Baltimore. Or as they say it, Baltimore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Baltimore, yeah. Baltimore.
Yeah.
It's not Baltimore.
It's not Baltimore, it's Baltimore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You feel me? Like, shout out to Baltimore.
It's different.
I'm telling you, like I said, like Iffy will tell you, I know everybody. Dog. I'm everywhere. I'm a journeyman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So you got no, because I was interested in that aspect of it. I like that you got a homeboy from Baltimore, and he didn't know, but he made the littiest San Jose anthem I've heard in a minute.
He made the beat. So
Playmakers, that's where I'm from. I'm from San Jose. You know what I mean? We're the South Bay area. We're inland. So like, you know, real like gritty Bay Area cats from like Frisco and Oakland and shit. You know, they had a long-standing argument saying that, you know, they never considered San Jose part of the Bay. I never cared about that notion, because we are considered the Bay Area, but even at that, at the end of the day, it was just like, yo, we had to put our own shit on the map too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it don't matter though.
I really didn't like you know, when we were coming up, when I was your age, there was a lot of San Jose artists. I'm not saying no names because we don't say no names. You feel me? But you know, you know, there's a lot of motherfuckers. They just copied and emulated everything else from Oakland and from Frisco and from Vallejo.
Yeah, nah, we
and like,
we
you know
ain't
what I mean?
doing
It's
that.
like, yeah, you know, and it gave us a bad name to a degree. You feel me? Like,
That's what it is.
To make motherfuckers say things like, you know, oh, that ain't really the Bay because they ain't buying no water or anything like that. You feel me? But it was really just because of a bunch of motherfuckers just giving us a bad name. And like, I love the resurgence of San Jose. Like, you know, in the past, I want to say like, you know, shit since the year 2000. You know what I mean? Like, just a bunch of San Jose artists really doing their thing. You know what I mean? And you know, and just making a name. You know what I mean? Like, we're on the map. You know what I mean? And I love talking to young artists like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I'm tight knit with the group that you're surrounded with. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I love the support, and it's not. I'll tell you this much: I wouldn't be reaching out to nobody and calling them a playmaker if their craft wasn't dope to me. You know what I mean? Because it's just part of the criteria. You know what I mean? It's part of the prerequisite. Your shit is dope as fuck. You a playmaker as fuck. So I treat it as such. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He said, mm-hmm.
Thank you, bro.
No. You know what's funny is because he said, mm-hmm, because like, bro, you know, I know your pops and shit. It's hella funny, dog. It's that small world shit. I'm telling you, and you know, that the world is not that big, and I'm in it. You know what I mean? And dog, it's so funny because you hella remind me of your pops, bro. And I bet you hear that all your life, and you hate that shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not bad. I ain't tripping. I remind myself of my pops. It's all good.
Hey, your pops is a hell of a guy though, so that's why I'm like, I wouldn't be ashamed by that at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to your pops. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because, you know, your pops, he works with my. Actually, big shout out to your pops too, because he works in healthcare, and I noticed because, you know what I'm saying, he's a big dog nurse over there, and so is my lady. You know, my shout out to my wife. So that's how I know your pops. Not to make it all weird, playmakers, like I just know everybody, like I'm like some kind of mafia boss. No, this is some small world shit, but it was just one of those things too, where like she she recognized the last name, and she was like, hey, my coworker has the same last name as Iffy, and I'm like, I guarantee they're related, because I was like, you know what I mean? If they have that last name, they're related. I was like, I've met so many of y'all, and you guys, and I love. See, I want to say the name, but I don't want to say it out loud because that's government shit, right? But your last name is so prominent. I love the family ties that you guys have. You know what I'm saying? You guys party like a motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys do it right. Like, I mean, what I'm saying, shout out to Ua. Went to Ua's wedding, and like, I really got to see how a Nigerian wedding goes down. Like, that shit was litty than a motherfucker. And also, like, even when I first met your pops, because every time I was partying with your pops, because I partied with your pops on a handful of occasions, we were always at some coworker's wedding, and bro, he would be in like, you know, he would be in the the traditional Nigerian gear. You feel me? He would be in and the shit be hella loud too, hella colorful and shit. And he'd be out there hella gigging, and we be drinking, bro. We be like, your dad can drink. I mean, obviously he's the OG, he can drink. And bro, he was like, oh, you can drink, man. I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Like I'm I like to think I'm still in my prime to a degree. I was like, but bro, I was so wounded the next day. And there's some other shit, you know what I'm saying, that party with your pops, you know what I'm saying, other stories, but you know what I'm saying, we'll leave that for another time, another day. You know what I mean? But I've never talked to him about like anything that y'all have done, that y'all done, but I'm curious to know how he feels about the music and shit. Does he feel like
he don't support it? So it's like he thinks that I should be like, you feel me?
Yeah,
like,
doctor or lawyer, like the whole family.
Doctor, lawyer, nurse, something like that. So like my whole life I've been told, but like for this music, I really don't just do it for just to do it.
I'll tell you this much though. I'll tell you this much, bro. He would be proud, dog. I think if he had an unbiased ear that you weren't just his son, you know what I mean? Like if he could hear Studda, Studda with the melodies, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think he would feel Studda with the melodies. He might be like the other one's yelling too much though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah.
That's how your dad be talking to her. He be saying though after everything. That's yelling too much though. You feel me? I fuck with your dad. Shout out to your pops. Okay, you know what? I don't know if you still got time, because I still got some time, and like I want
still got time.
Okay, cool, perfect. I'm rolling up right now, and I want you to tell me for the playmakers, because you know what I'm saying, that you're gonna introduce to for the first time. Tell them what, if you could describe your music and like for real. No, all good. Sound like
this guy's trying to talk to me in the window.
I was about to say, I thought it was Studda with the ladies. He's in. Tell him social distancing, bruh.
Hold on, bro. Social distancing. I'm about to roll this window up, bro.
Yeah, roll that window up. There's some weirdos out there right now, bro. Hey, check this out. Hey, wait, on that note, check this out, Playmakers. Hey, wait, where were you at? You at the bonfire or what?
No.
Okay.
I'm not the boss here.
Okay, well, that's not important. You don't have to say that. No, but anyways, so check this out. I was over. I'm in the studio, right? And the studio is connected. It's like some warehouse type of jump off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we got we got them them big old roll up doors. You know what I mean? The metal doors that you can roll up with the chains, or you can hit the electric shit. You know what I'm talking about? The big old garage type doors, warehouse shit. You feel me? Yo, did we lose him? Oh no, he's still there.
All right, hello.
Yeah.
This shit was tripping. My bad.
No, all good. So check this out. The studio's in like a warehouse joint, right? You know what I'm saying? And it got like them big old doors that lift, the metal garage doors. You feel me? Yeah. So trucks could drive in and shit, right? And I had this shit open, and you know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone, and me, I'm real animated. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm loud as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I got my manzy on the FaceTime. I ain't seen this dude in a minute. So I don't even realize this dude just walks up. I seen somebody pass by. Then he comes up and he walks into the joint. Walks to the studio because it's open. And he's like, hey man, my unit is next door, because he had like his little warehouse next door. He had one of the units inside the where he was like, I got all this stuff. I'm trying to dump, I'm trying to donate a lot of this stuff, but and none of these places are open. I'm like, bruh, if you don't get the fuck up out of my studio right now, you know what I mean? Like, this motherfucker walked up in my shit, and I got the pistol in the joint. Like, he's crazy. And I told this motherfucker, and look, I said, if you don't get the fuck up out of my shit, I'm like, social distancing, bruh. And I told him, I was like, they say 6 feet, I need 60. And he's like, well, I got gloves. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, you ain't got no mask on. I'm like, so he steps outside, and he's still trying to tell me the spiel. He's like, I got all this stuff, if you want to look at it. I'm like, bruh, I'm good, man. I'm like, call Junk Kings. I'm like, not a sponsor of the show, by the way. But I'm like, call Junk Kings, bruh. You feel me? I'm like, and he's like, no. He's like, I don't want to pay for anything. I'm like, I don't want to see any of your stuff, bro. And I just close the garage. I'm like, fuck this. I close the garage. The door starts going down. And I'm just sitting in the warehouse like, And I put my mask on. I'm like, I don't want to even breathe what this motherfucker had. It was some white boy, but I mean, obviously, even before Corona, that's some white person shit. I mean, white people are funny like that. They'll walk up, they don't give a fuck. Hey, I got all that stuff. If you want to take a look at it. But then also, I seen too many goddamn movies. I'm about to go. If this wasn't Corona, I still would have been like, back the fuck up. What am I finna do? Go on, he got some stuff. I don't give a fuck. Maybe he said like, I got an 80-inch flat screen, bro. I'm trying to give it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll grab the Yistel and then go check him out. You know what I mean? You feel me? But like, I seen too many goddamn movies and the Corona shit is like, yo, bro, you need to back the fuck up. Like, motherfucker, and see, that's why the shit keeps spreading, bro. And so let me tell you again, Playmakers, I know this has been something I always say on every show, but it's important. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers got to practice social distancing, stay in as much as you can right now. They talk about till April 30th. The bogey prediction, you know what I'm saying? The GMM, we're standing by that we think this shit gonna last at least till the end of the year. Like, maybe not the complete lockdowns, but this shit, we're gonna see a second wave of infections. We're gonna see a third and a fourth, I think, before it starts to taper off. There's too many motherfuckers like that motherfucker that walked up to your car window right now, right? Too many motherfuckers like that. But I'm not trying to scare you right now and say like you might get it.
He was hurt though. Nah.
But you know what I'm saying?
He was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt. He was asking for some money or some shit, huh?
He was in a wheelchair. He's looking for a place to stay, but he's in a wheelchair. He's looking for a place to stay.
I wasn't trying to talk no shit about said dude. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, everybody needs to back the fuck up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you never know, too. This motherfucker could have rolled up. I mean, listen, I don't want to sound heartless. I'm just from the underworld. This motherfucker could have rolled up and not even been hurt and then pull out the Yistel on you and, like, get up out the car and you throw that goddamn wheelchair in the back and he just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, you never know, dog. Motherfucker, back the fuck up, motherfuckers. Okay, so tell about the video you just dropped. You know what I'm saying?
So the video I just dropped, Move.
What was that video shoot like? Because that video looks crazy.
So basically, shout out to my nigga Obi, Strizzy, and you know what I'm saying?
Yep, shout out to Obi, shout out to Strizzy.
Yeah, them niggas, you know what I'm saying? We just...
Shout out to Baltimore.
He just dropped, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Baltimore, yeah, he just Strizzy, my nigga Strizzy, yeah, that's the... And my nigga Obi, man, they really did their thing. They really did their thing. We really worked together on that one right there, and that was a hard video. We just, you know what I'm saying? So we put a lot of money into that. People love that video. Put a lot of time into that. And shout out to Nicholas too. He shot that shit too. But you know what I'm saying? He did his thing in there too. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing.
Yeah, I like that. So tell me, which one's so obviously Strizzy, he's a producer, right? Who's the videographers?
Okay, so the videographer is Obi.
Yeah, okay, because I knew it was one of them. I'm just trying to let the Playmakers know. And Nicholas, okay, well shout him out. You know what I mean? They did a great job in that video. That shit was hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I like it because I like it when I watch some shit and I get mad where I'm like, fuck, I was supposed to be there. Cause you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, motherfuckers is in the thread where it's like, I'm aware of what's popping, but like, I'm at the crib. You know me, I got a gang of kids, and then on top of that, I gotta do a wiggling too. So it's like, and you know what's crazy too is like while we continue to bring them this contamination-free Corona climate confinement content from the comfort of our studios, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I figure I'm gonna start pumping out a gang of content while the world is posted up. You know what I mean? And just let motherfuckers know that I think it's dope. You know what I mean? Even if my opinion don't matter to them, I don't give a fuck. I'm still doing it, motherfucker. And what? You know what I mean? And now this time I'm on with the boy with the open book, Studda with the melodies, Studda with the yellities. You feel me? Hey, so tell me about the open book. Was that a title that, like, you know what I'm saying, like you could utilize, like an alias you could utilize when you do your more deeper songs and shit?
Yeah, so when I do that deep in song, when I'm talking about some
real life shit and real,
you're gonna hear like the certain songs that is gonna get to you, like,
because I know you. I
haven't showed you like all the songs that I really have, like
I've
hottest songs. You know what I mean?
I've heard some joints. Like I remember I heard one joint and you kind of be like, I don't want to say this is definitely not no Christian music by any means, but like you be on some spiritual shit too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. So let me ask you a question. Are you a religious person?
Well, shoot. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm religious, but I just believe. You know,
I like that.
I believe. I definitely believe because I.
You want to hear the Bogard spin? Here's the Bogard. Here's the Bogard ism right here. Here's a little bit of ism. Check this out. I always been a religious person because of my family, and then but I always thought it was a crock because you know what I'm saying. It's like, you know, I figured it was like you know, if you talk to God, you know that's you have your own relationship with God. You know, you need to go to church and all that shit. Like, not knocking church or anything. I'm just saying this was my personal perspective. And then, you know what I'm saying, check this out. When I got older and I started exploring like psychedelic drugs, you feel me, and like, you know, like shrooms and a goddamn DMT, or not even goddamn DMT. I don't even want to goddamn that. That's like God willing right there. DMT was a shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just made me look at the world and look at the universe differently. And like I felt like religion is like rules to worship God or rules to believe in God, when it's really spirituality is just you and your relationship with something greater, God, Allah, whatever you fucking call it. You know what I mean? And like I think what you're just saying to me right now is you're a spiritual person. You know what I mean? You know, and I respect that because I'm a spiritual person. You know what I mean? And I'd also like to thank psychedelic drugs. That was better than any church by far. You feel me? Yeah. You ever fuck with the shroomies?
Nah. I don't do it like that.
Don't do it then. Don't do it.
Yeah,
And I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying I'm a life seeker and an information seeker. You know what I'm saying? And psychedelic drugs over time, it just, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it just made me look at bullshit in the world and be able to be like, yo, that's some bullshit. Because, you know, I used to be on a bunch of bullshit at myself. You know what I mean? And like I like to think in your story with the accidents and all that shit, like you know, those are eye openers for you to not be on no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I haven't been on no bullshit lately. I've been getting right because like I've seen some shit. You know, I've experienced certain things.
So this past year's been crazy, huh? Because you've been active. Like you hit the ground running, considering the fact that you just barely started like laying shit down. You said, I like that.
Yeah. So I just started like laying shit down like this year. So I've been practicing. I remember every day I used to practice in the shower, in the mirror, to perform on stage. You know what I mean? And I used to just vision myself. 100,000 people in front of me. So like, see, I just
that's another key right there, Playmakers.
Now, whoever comes sees me perform, you're gonna get the best experience you ever have. Cause I perform like I've been doing this for 100 years. You know what I mean?
And you do be going ham. You do be having them Liddy shows. I love it because I've been following you for a minute, and that's why I swear you move like a veteran does. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I move like a veteran.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, but also too, because I'll tell you this much. You know, some of our parallels that me and you have is that, you know, we've almost died on a couple of occasions. Because I've almost been killed a couple times. Motherfuckers try to murder me.
Me too.
You feel me? Like
in my head.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just it makes you realize about life. Like, okay, I'm really here for something. I have to take care of what I gotta take care of while I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to realize mortality when you're young. Because when I was young, I was like, I'm unstoppable. You feel me? I was like, when I was young, I was like, bro, you know, especially when you're young and getting dummy paper. You feel me? Just stupid bands, banditos. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you know, and I was running around reckless and shit. You know what I mean? And certain shit happens in life and it wakes your game up. You know what I mean? And like, that's what it's about. Like, and I wanted to point out another key. You said you had to visualize it first. Before he was hitting the main stage, he was visualizing. You feel me, Playmakers? Visualizing that motherfucker.
It's a visualize. 100,000. I'm still thinking about it. I can't wait to that day. You know, performing in front of, you know what I'm saying, multiple people. 100,000 people. Like,
I remember when I was a youngin' and I got my first, and I was sitting on my first 100 banditos. I was like, woo! And like, you know, we did shows like 5,000-6,000 motherfuckers in a club and shit. But like, Man, it paled in comparison to doing the smaller shows where like motherfuckers were rocking with us because, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like if in my next run, because I do got an album dropping, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep putting out music, and like where they want me, they'll want me, and I'll come through. You feel me? Like I did the circuit before. We did the touring and shit like that, and like I feel like it's really about just putting out the music. I mean, I'm always gonna believe content wins. You know what I mean? Like I've also argued with motherfuckers that'll be like, yo, I got like one track, one video, and they just push the fuck out of that. You know what I mean? Until they get on, or they got 4 or 5 videos. And you know what I mean? Like I'm saying this from telling you some experiments, some experience. If I could tell you some, it would be just keep putting out the music like you're doing. And you know what I'm saying? And your shit will pop because, you know what I mean? Like, you got a wave right now. You feel me?
Yeah, but thank you, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Man, thank you, man, for real.
No, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't bringing fools on here so I can ride they John by any means. I'm just pointing out Playmaker shit because here's the thing is we don't do it for respect. But like when you get recognized and you get some recognition, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Artists, that helps artists, that drives artists too. You feel me? Like when what's my favorite shit? My favorite shit is, for example, hold on, you got hella feedback right there. Okay. You running through some bushes or something, B? I'm like, you got hella yeah, you got hella feedback. You moving around or some shit?
Shit, my bad.
Okay, now you clear now. No, I was saying like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot what the fuck I was saying. What were you talking about? That's gotta be like the 1,000,000th time I've done this.
We were talking about, you know what I'm saying, bringing Playmakers to the thing.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when I like bringing these Playmakers on the show to show the Playmakers that are in our viewership. You know what I'm saying? Different perspectives. Different ways that motherfuckers are doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, and from different places, you know what I'm saying, and like in this case too, like you guys, you're like the family that you're connected to, you got there's a ton of y'all that's artists, and then, I want to thank all y'all again, you know what I mean, for coming on and you know what I'm saying, for these first set of episodes because all these episodes they intertwine because you're a part of that story. It's one big story that I love because it's still going on. And I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm a part of that story. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So check this out. You know what I mean? Like, when you hit in the lab, are you the type that you wait to hear the beat and then something hits you, or do you like to live with the beat, or do you do both? You know what I'm saying?
So I ain't gonna lie, I do both. There's certain beats that just hit me, and then there's certain songs.
I'm about to work on this one.
Yeah, I'm just work on this one. Yeah, I'll work on it. Certain songs just hit me, and I can write it right there. 2 songs, two verses in the chorus, and the song's laid out in like an hour.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Okay, so what I like is like when I bring these Playmakers on because they surprise me sometimes too. Because like I said in this case, you surprised me that you barely started. Like you said, you've been rapping for a minute, but you barely started recording this shit, and you have these different verses. You have such versatility. You know what I mean? That it shows like a veteran's presence. So I wanted to point that out because like it surprised me. Like it caught me off guard. You feel me? Like and anybody who knows me, this is my favorite shit. Is like I'll be playing some shit, and then somebody will go, "Oh shit, this is hard. Who's that?" I go, "That's me." And they go, "Shut the fuck up." You know what I mean? Because they know I'm such a character, but I'm serious about this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, and then you were one of the fools one time. I threw in the joint. It was one of them, because I be rapping. I'm a rapping ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, my music's some underworld shit, but I also be fucking with some R&B shit. And like I remember I threw it was that song called Pull Up, which is a shameless plug. It's available on all streaming platforms. That's me and my boy Swoon. Shout out to Swoon. It's produced by Prime One. It's called Pull Up, but it was that Uber song. That Uber's on the way. I'm about to pull up. Yeah, and then you jumped in the thread. You were like, okay, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you were like, oh, that's you. You know what I mean? It was one of those like, yeah, that's me. You feel me? And I was like, You know, because I was like, I got one for everybody, and I feel like that's what your music is. To get to my point, is that's what your music is. Like you got one for everybody. You know what I mean? Like if you're a spiritual motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You got some joints. You can fuck with open book. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you on some player shit, on that smooth shit, like tracks like Lie or a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can fuck with some Studda with the melodies, and then when you turn it up all the way, turning up, like you know what I mean? You got joints from Studda with the yellows. You feel me?
Yeah.
So okay, I did want to ask you a question, like if you could sum up your music in one word, but I mean. Can I take a shot at it? I'd say you got. If I could sum it up, it would be layers. There's layers to that motherfucker. Would you you know what I mean? Would you agree, or would you got one for me too? Because I know there's more than one. I'm just saying if you could think of one. You can steal mine though. You can steal mine.
Okay. So what you mean by layers?
Like layers. Like there's the open book tracks. There's Studda with the melodies. There's Studda with the yellows. You know what I'm saying? Like you and I'm not saying like it's like you're a split personality by any means, but I'm talking about like there's different flavors of the same same person. You know what I'm saying? The same artist, but you got these layers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I know. Okay. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, different. Okay.
Yeah,
different
not
flavors.
Layers like
that was nice. That
not
was nice.
layers like an onion. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, you cut a little deeper into it, like an onion, and peel back some of them layers. Some of them joints might make you cry even. You know what I mean? You see what I said? Hey, Jamaicans.
Started with the melody.
You feel me?
Started with the open book. You know what I'm saying? Man, so I do it all. You know what I mean? So I love how because with music, I just don't want to make that. I just don't want to be that artist that just makes the same music. You know what I mean? I just don't want to. I want to make some music that's going to, you know what I'm saying, actually uplift someone's soul. And when they have a different feeling for it, they're like, damn, that's a different type of music.
So could I say maybe that's for in one word, maybe you want to be inspirational? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I want to change people's mindsets.
Like that.
Yeah, change people's
be
mindsets.
Be inspirational, goddammit, Playmakers. You got to be inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I always gotta ask one dumb question, and before I ask the dumb question, right? I mean, something everything dumb, brilliant, whatever. It's all subjective, right? So, because I might ask several dumb shits, and I just think it's brilliant. You know what I mean? But here's a dumb question. You know what I'm saying? I'm very observative. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been fucking with your whole family for a minute. Those are all my brothers. You know what I mean? They treat me like family, and I know I'm family. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not nothing they just throw around. I love it. I value all y'all as such. You guys are all my family. You know what I'm saying? You know, if is my son's godfather. You know what I mean? And that means he got all y'all as godfathers basically. Because you know what I'm saying? That's how he mobs. I remember when my son was born. It was like a week later. You know, we had been home for like a week. I mean, and then if is like, I'm coming through, dog. And I'm like, hell yeah. And he brought the whole mob. And like y'all smell like hella tree. Remember you even sat down and you started rocking the mic. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
I remember that.
And then I was like, I can't bring all y'all up there. Y'all stink. And I was like, and then y'all was all quiet, right? I was like, no, not like y'all stink. Like y'all smell like alcohol and drink. And then everyone started laughing. Like they thought I was being offensive. I was like, nah, motherfuckers, y'all smell like weed and drink. Like y'all ain't gonna go see the little man right now. He's a goddamn week old. And like, but it's cool though. But y'all, For If too, he was just excited, like, yo, I'm about to bring all the brothers, dog. Like, I love him for that, you know what I mean? But so check this out. So here goes the dumb question. Like I said, I'm very observative. When we all go to In-N-Out Burger, do you as well as everybody, as all of them, get extra grilled onions?
Shit. I don't get the extra grilled
Okay, because every single one of them do, or maybe that's just the four brothers.
Well done. I get extra well done with grilled onions. Not extra grilled onions, but I get
you get the grilled onions. Because they be like extra grilled onions, extra. Like, you feel me? I'm like, and then I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, make me one of them too. I'm like, get mine the same. Fuck it. Let me see what they talking about. You know what I mean? Because I fuck with onions. No, I bring that up because it's a dumb question I just thought of on the spot because I figured, doing the play on the word layers and all that shit. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, you know what? Let me ask a dumb question. No, okay. So check this out. If y'all want the Studda special at In-N-Out, that's the well done. Because you know they be asking if you want pink. They never ask you if you want well done. You know what I mean? They say, do you want pink? You know what I mean? Right? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Pink though. You feel me? Anyways, if you want the Studda special B, you know what I mean? You get it well done with the grilled onions. All right. So now before we close this out, let them know where they can find you. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, STUDDA_TOOMUCH. So
Stutter too much.
Yeah,
Hey.
you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Loom too if you want to listen to music, and you can find me on all platforms. So Loom is a new app too that has been going down and stuff. You can drop your music anytime and actually pay you too.
Bruh,
if you get
I felt like an old
coins.
head, bruh. I felt like such an old head. Everybody in the threads, like Mo jumps in the thread. He's like, everybody jump on this Loom. It's popping. Boom, everyone's jumping on it. I finally jump on it, right? Because I got to fuck with this Mo interview. I'm like, I want to hear Mo's new joints. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard all the Spotify joints. I hear what I hear in the studio. But I'm like, let me hear what he's putting out right now. And then, like, I had to get on Loom and making an account. And then I'm, like, looking at it. And this shit looked like goddamn Candy Crush. I'm like, I did not understand it at all. Like, yo, this is some shit. I mean, obviously, I was able to find his music. But I was looking at that motherfucker like, god damn, I'm an old head. This the new wave. But see, I'm going to figure that joint out, too, though. Because you feel me? We rocking. I'm coming through bringing that wisdom. You feel me? Because I run with them wise men. You feel me? See what I did there? But yeah, my brother Studda from another. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I like that. See,
my guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? It was a pleasure, man, to get you on this joint. You know what I mean? Like, all right, check this out. If you know, all you playmakers out there, I want you to take heed to this interview because he's a person that's driven right now. You know what I'm saying? Tragedy struck twice even. But maybe that sparked the idea. You know, the lightning struck. And lightning doesn't always strike twice. But in this case, it only needed to happen once. And it took these accidents and other shit like that and moving around and jumping from different place to place and learning different walks of life and to create the artist that you are right now. You feel me? Study too much. Go fuck with his music. Subscribe to his channel. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep up with all his content on YouTube. You know what I mean? Fuck with him on Loom. Go run his music. Go run all the songs up. You know what I mean? So he can chart. He can chart heavy. You feel me? Anyone else you want to shout out before we wrap this thing?
I like to shout out. You know what I'm saying? It's just everybody who's around me. You know what I'm saying? My mom, my dad, the whole Wise Up family, my brothers, my sisters. Everybody, my friends, you know what I'm saying? People just have been there for, you know what I'm saying, from the gates. All the people, you know what I'm saying, that always been, you know what I'm saying, was very helpful. Everybody's been helpful to me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I don't want to get too personal, but congratulations, because I know your sister just got recently engaged. Dan, so they ain't gonna travel. How's that gonna work with traveling for the wedding? Are they just postponing it?
Oh shit!
Because it was about to be super litty in Dubai.
Oh shit! So
it was about to be. I was about to see you and Cal. Shout out to Calvin the Dawn too. And Playmakers, y'all have heard of Calvin the Dawn. He's been on the Real Fantasy Playmakers a few times, keeping it all the way lit for his Saints.
Calvin the Dawn.
Shout out to Calvin the Dawn. But I mean, yeah, it was about to be Studda and Calvin the Dawn in Dubai even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's all good. Like, man, I'm going down. It's all good.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know what? Fuck the Corona, dog. Fuck Corona.
Yeah. Corona ruined everything.
But one thing we're going to get out of this Corona Playmakers is you got to stay on your P's and Q's. You can't use Corona as an excuse right now. You can't be like, oh, I can't do it moving because this and that. You're going to have to find a way. You got to get this paper. You got to get your content out. You got to feed your kids. You got to do all that shit. You can't be slacking. You know what I mean? Stay stocked up with toilet paper. Wash your ass. Stay strapped. You know what I mean? Don't talk. Yeah. Keep social distancing. You feel me? And everybody just have love and show love. And you know, that might sound crazy when I say stay strapped in the same sentence, but I'm saying it because motherfuckers is crazy out there. But if we can spread this love, I think the mass wavelength to pick that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully. You know what I mean? Everybody stay safe. Studda, hell of an episode. This one's a hell of an episode. Real talk. I ain't just saying that.
Yeah.
Because,
Hell yeah.
because I got to know you. I got to get to know you more, like on air, even. You know what I mean? Because I've been fucking with you on the side, but you one of them smooth cats that's always like in the background and shit. And then usually when you're speaking up, it's like you know what I'm saying, because you're arguing with somebody. Because you do be arguing with motherfuckers. I love that. You be an arguing motherfucker.
Fuck.
You either be really quiet until you hear something that you don't agree with, then you start arguing.
Yeah, for real, fuck.
Hey, man, more blessings to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? God needs us here, man. We motherfuckers try to remove us off the earth. We still here. We here for a reason. Let's get it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Let's make the man upstairs proud. All that shit, and our family, everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the playmakers.
All right, my guy.
For sure.
Have a good
guy,
night.
you be easy.
You too.
Peace. Once again, that was my young boy Studda Too Much. Follow him on all platforms. That's Studda Too Much. STUDDA _TOOMUCH. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. More shit. I almost forgotten, motherfucker. We got the. I've been thinking about it this whole episode. I fucked up in the beginning. I forgot to shout out our sponsor, man. I love it. Shout out to Cleve. He's coming on. He's coming on the show, B. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our sponsor. www.milkandhoneytx.com. Go fuck with Milk and Honey TX, B. I'm telling you need all the CBDs. Follow us at the GMM Network. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Leave a comment. Or hit the notifications. All that.